Hello and welcome to, I'm going to call this, no, this will be Lsrp Lucas Hawken Part 3. In the last episode, literally 2 seconds ago I filmed, we delivered our grates to make some bricks so that we can do some bricks on Lsrp, deliver some bricks. And that's what we're going to do now. We're going to deliver some bricks. We're going to do it in the Yoshmite, and then we're going to do it in the FT30 to see how it looks on both. And then after that, I'm going to probably, maybe, depending on the players, well, unless it's 100, I'm going to post an ad about offering mechanical services at the garage location. And if it is at 100, I'm going to post an advert about Mortatory selling some vehicles. If I don't get, after I've done everything from the replies to my mechanic advert, I'll probably go on Christopher, and you might see a bit of Christopher today. Not problems with anything there though. I need to go, yeah, it's not parked here, is it? It's okay, it's okay. I might do the DFT30 first, because that is closer to where the flatbed is parked, so it just saves a bit of trip. And then, because the Yoshmite's parked up there, as you learnt in episode 1. I can't get around that corner, I messed it up, my bad. I do like Majestics, they're very nice cars, they're majestic. Ooh. Ooh. Whoops. I used to have gold rims on my Packer flatbed, Navet blue, and it would only do the 4 wheels. The 2 in the middle, basically useless. They don't actually do anything. Like, oh no, they do. I wonder if it did go for 6 wheels then, because I know it doesn't in like everything else. Maybe, what is he doing? What are you doing, mate? What's he on about? I'm reversing. I'm confused. But why am I reversing here as well? I had a dippy moment. I'm just going to park it here. Has he got a government contract, or has he just got a thing? I don't know what he's on. Drugs, maybe. Oh, maybe he's looking for that customer. That one. Which I was tempted to do, but I want to stick to my word on what I was doing, which was bricks in the last video. So I won't do the mechanical. Let him make him some money, because I'd be surprised if he well plays. Because I do it only in the garage as well. Because well play, I do my best to make it to a realistic standard. A lot of mechanic jobs I didn't spawn the DFT to find out where it was. So dippy. That's at the back. Bottom, I know where that one is. That's where Freddy's garage is. That's quite funny. I sold that to Freddy the other week after someone crashed it, and they had to pay for damages. And then because he decided to close Master Rentals, I brought it back. Cheaper, of course. What do you expect? But yeah, I try and do my best, because a lot of mechanic jobs I role play to a realistic standard and know to a realistic standard because of real life experience. I have took a mechanic course, not a full-time one. I've took a part-time and an evening. I have done multiple jobs in real life now, actually, mechanic-wise, and I only plan to improve that experience over time. I've also done multiple jobs so many times on Lsrp. And every time I've done it, I have researched videos on it and watched how they do it in the profession, and then matched it the best I can to it. The only things I slightly get wrong between cars is bolt sizes, probably, because it's too much hassle to look at every single bolt size for every single vehicle on what they roleplay it as and what it could be. I get a rough idea of what they tend to be, and then roleplay it being that. That's what I do to provide the best specimen I can. Of course, sometimes I get rushed. If I do get rushed, depends whether I need screenshots or not. I usually don't offer to take any jobs where they want me to skip or anything, or rush too much. Like, if someone asks me to do a quick paint job and they ask me to hurry, I will skip primer and skip removing the old paint. I've gone this way, but it works, I suppose. And then it's just which is the quickest way to roleplay it. But if they don't, I do a proper job. I roleplay sanding off all the paint. I then roleplay applying primer. Then I roleplay applying the paint with a paint gun and a paint booth. I used to have a paint booth in my old garage. Oh, I'm near it now. It would be lots slashed. Interior disappear because it was awful. Plus, it's just so many bugs on this server at the moment. It's nuts. Well, when it comes to garages, there's been bugs for a long time. That's what I mean. Standalone garages are very buggy. Your interiors will disappear at all times. It's just nuts. Like, cargo buy. Let's buy one paglet at a time. This is to see how it looks between each time on the back of the DFT. See how they've done it. There's one. Lots of bricks. Looks quite good on the end. This is what these trucks have actually seen in real life. And for putting cars on in real life, I've seen similar to the FT30 vehicles with cars on. I reckon, and then third one, I reckon it will go into that gap, or these will move again. Just wanted to see what it would look like. Oh, that's a bit bizarre leaving this gap at the front, but I don't blame them. Very nice. Fit forward in there, happily. Good, and then let's drive it to a construction site. Where's the nearest one? Sure. I'm pretty sure they all pay the same. That's Transformers. That's those two. Is there only one? I thought there used to be tons of them. They pay differently. I actually used to do the cheaper one because they may pay less, but the route was like 2 minutes each time. I swear there was. Yeah, there's the two. There's the 1,300. They pay differently, really. Let's do. Of course, you do the one that pays you more. Who do you think I am? I don't. That's just common sense. Where is it? I think that's the one in LV. It must be the one in LV. Yeah, I know that one. I know which way I want to go to that. LV, I mean San Fierro, that one is in. I want to go along the road here, through Idlewood, up near the impound lock, past... I don't have to go past Stolen Autos, but I could if I want. That's behind where you go to San Fierro, the garage you get at the beginning of that part of the game. I think the furthest I've got in the game was just as you get the casino in Las Venturas. I've never actually completed the main game. I've seen it being completed. I know people that have completed it, but yeah, just never bothered. It's not worth it, to be honest. I bought the game actually 6 years ago on disc for Stamp. It spent me 2 years. I tried getting Stamp. I couldn't work it out because I was young at the time, which I'm glad I did because I would have been so new, even more new than I was. Forgot about it, and then I eventually managed to get someone to set it up for me, which they did, and that was it. I rarely played through the story. I sort of enjoyed it. I think I've played at the beginning too many times. I used to watch speed ones actually, and I did try getting into that, but I don't have the time or effort to learn it. Well, I'd have sometimes I have the time, but like this week I have the time because I'm off. But I just don't have the energy. I'll see the logic of learning it. What's the point of learning something which is just There's no logical reason to learn it. Do I skip the tolls by going the slightly longer way? Technically speaking, they're the same distance, so I'm going to avoid the tolls. I'd like to go through that bridge though, but it's bugged out. Oh yeah, they put the old toll system back in, which I like, because the one they put in was crap. I hated it. It was better at like realism, but it was awful. I much prefer the ones which is $50. It springs up in the air in one movement, and then that's it. Because they didn't bug out, not at all. Never bugged out. Fine, no years. I've never got stuck in them, unless you don't do in the 5 seconds. But I've never got stuck in them because it's glitched suddenly. So I was glad about that when they did that. Can't complain. I could go that way or that way. It depends. There's two hills. I can go left or right here, and it will take me to the same place. I'm going to go right because I don't usually go right. I usually go left. Well, actually, no. Usually I go for the tolls back there, but I thought I would do that way instead for a change. Oh, there's a tracking function here now, is there? Now, that's cool. No thank you, not my business. I am in enough factions. I can't cope to factions, or factions, companies, whatever. I ain't got enough time to be in a third one, I don't think. Want a third character. Oh, come on, up the hill. Shame the trucking unit had gone though, I missed that. I still missed that. Now, I think if that came back to what it was and the same people came back, I'd probably do it again. I'd be careful though about how active I get doing it, because I don't want to waste that time really these days. I do have a lot of stuff to do. I've got to get a job and all that fancy stuff. Not easy. Oh, that reminds me. I need to apply for a job. There's one that came up today. Boring stuff, I know. And what is there to talk about on Lsrp? Not a lot actually. But I tell you what, if I can find what I did with the old iPad here, very old now. Just about the only thing that works on it is Safari, if I keep, and YouTube, and an old version of Discord because it's iOS 9.7, I believe. So yeah, you can imagine how old it is. And they won't let me update that. I haven't updated it for like 4 years because they won't let me. So yeah, that old. I had it before I played Lsrp, that's for sure. Way before then, and that was 2014. Look at the suggestions we got, and I'll have a discussion. That seems like something to do. Talk about what we're sitting on the farms on Lsrp. 86. I reckon we'll be able to post an ad about LOV. LOV? That's Loot Slushy Vehicles. That closed years ago. Motori d'Italia. I hate that name. It's not, it should be Kurtz Classy with a K instead of a C. Vehicles. KKV. Yeah. Just like we had Vince's various vehicles. They had Luke's luxury vehicles and have Kurtz Classy vehicles but with a K. Cargo selfie. Won't look any different, so I might as well just skip that, and then we'll go for the Yoshmite one. Alright, okay, it's unloaded. There we go, a bit of money. Made a white money there. That actually, in theory, seems quite profitable. That took what? 12 minutes? Probably could get it done in. Well, let's say you could do that, and let's say we could probably do one every 15 minutes. So for a DFT30, that's pretty decent profits. I'd say compared to some trucks, no, definitely not. Considering you can make 30k an hour flatbed doing molten serial and 50 to 60k an hour doing molten serial on a tanker or road train, but always tanker. I hate road trains. Never buy a line runner. Line runners are just too glitchy. Tankers, I've never had a glitch problem in years of driving, and I'm talking about 15,000 miles on Lsrp. I put on one. And line runners, I've driven one once, bugged. I've driven a few thousand miles in a road train on trucking on Lsrp. Bugged at least 3 times. They just do. They're good for rentals though, at least in the old system, because when people damage them, 120k, no problem, lots of damage. It was very difficult for them to drive. Sadly, I haven't got any cars under 20. I think my cheapest car's 40, and that's the Majestic, because I got an Admiral, but I'm not selling it. That's just like if someone wants a car to drive while I'm doing work on play on their vehicles, or I need to drive something that's not a company vehicle. So what we got? Okay, let's have a look. We got I'm looking at suggestions at the moment on Lsrp. So what's the top one? Gov/Leo radio. Let's have a look at that. What they suggesting in that stuff. Got a discussion, isn't it? While we drive to do the next. Up in the radio slot capacity for law enforcement factions. So he's going to suggest about up in the radio slot capacity. Does someone seriously get through 7 slots, like, on the radio? Really? I think I've been close, or actually might have, sorry, but that's because I didn't delete any radios from it. Ooh, Premiere. I did that bang then was my foot was on the Lsrp on my G29 wheels and pedals for my Euro truck in set of course setup, and I let up the pedal accidentally. I don't know why. I mean, I suppose 9 or 10 slots, sure, but on a radio, but why just to gov such Leo factions? Shouldn't make a difference there. I think if you want to gov the Leo faction, you should get 3 radios, but you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't get any better. I'll repair that later. Right, I'm driving. Yes, I just crashed a minute ago, as you saw. Right, in a stupid way, in a stupid manner. Now, this is titled /gun describe /drug describe. Add a description of gun packages and drug packages. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. It's not needed, but I think it'd be add a bit there so you can kind of get an idea to what it might be. Which adds to the roleplay. It doesn't have like this is basically this or that. That adds a roleplay about what's going on, because then people can roleplay how they're hiding stuff as well without just /me. Everyone can see it with that. Because I think the problem, if you roleplay, let's say, hiding some cocaine in a bag full of wheat, garden stuff, bunch of I don't know. Let's say you hided it somewhere, and let's say it's wrapped in a ball of tape and stuff, whatever you hide in weed, whatever, or in a baggie, and you do /me, it's hidden this is hidden like that, this is what it looks like, this is what it's disguised at. Then let's say someone comes along and sees it and then it's Lsrp but doesn't know that's /me because they're not there. They're just going to assume it's visible. While with that, they can see that and RP appropriately. Plus it just makes more sense, realistically that'd be there. The Yoshmite's in the garage, but I want to park this behind Vinewood 24/7. So it doesn't end up on too much of an IHI property. Pretty sure they're technically competitors, but now next title on suggestions is changed numbers shouldn't appear in the MDC. If police are tracking your number and you change number, it automatically updates the MDC, essentially leading your character to be phoneless if you want to stay on the run, which is unrealistic. Now, I agree with that. Now, I do agree, but I don't agree. It should, because when you change number on it in real life, like the person Ludex has gone, is that you get a provider in your name, so the police will be able to get it, no problem. Now, what I don't disagree with is there's a way to get new numbers on phones on an Lsrp via buying a new SIM card in a different name, for example, putting it in a different name, fraud basically, and then using that. Happens in real life, so why not? No, I'm not paying that much. They seem to be quite popular, Yoshmites at the moment. It's quite surprising. I'm pretty sure bricks will look similar to how they did in the DFT30 in this, but I want to take a look anyway. Next suggestion in the thing is remove NOS from the local shop. Let's have a look at this. The title is very clear. NOS is illegal. This is a roleplay, so we have to get rid of this feature. And then someone under it, fruit. Oh, fruit, cut. It is another restriction, and it should be put to the black market, and people have to roleplay installing it with a mechanic or whatnot. Now, I agree with that, sort of. It has more experience for mechanics, and it has the legal side to be a mechanic. Someone could call you, want to have that installed to the vehicle, you can charge them a bit more, think about it, and there you are. You can then be either a legal mechanic or illegal mechanic. It adds that bit of environment. I would certainly enjoy that, because I'd happily add to the roleplay in a top shop, which we don't do at the moment, but I used to love to do, but never really got into it because I struggle at the scrambling. How am I going? For some reason I was not focusing and decided to go on my way to Mortoi. I was thinking of going, but yeah, I agree with that fully. It should be removed from the park shop. Little Tokyo garage. Oh, that one. That's an alright garage. Cool. And then it go live, so you can install nice, charge 58k for a times 10 when that charges 10k for it. Make a bit of money, or play it. And if you get caught, it's illegal. The mechanic goes to jail, so does the person with it. Adds that little bit of illegal to the thing. Or possibility to illegal. Oh, the next title is a switch seats. First, let's buy some bricks. I can only buy one for this. But the switch seat thing, it's basically you can do /switch seats in a car, and if the seat's empty, you can get in it. Yeah, bricks look the exact same in this. Yeah, but very nice. I think it looks better. The bricks suit it more because it fills up the back on this, while in the DFT it didn't fill up the back, but you had maximum cargo. I'm going to go to the cheaper place, just for the sake of going to the cheaper place to show where both locations are. Where is it? So it's still far out, but why is it so much cheaper then? I think the bricks look nicer in the Yoshimai, that's why I'm going to take a photo of it. But yeah, this switch seat command he's on about. So you go /switch seat and it switches where you are in the vehicle. I think it would be great. It'd get abused, that's for sure, but it'd have to be if no one's in that seat. So if you're in a police chase and someone dies, you couldn't use it because they're dead in the passenger seat. But if they switch seats to somewhere else and then you get in it, that could work. It could also work if you, move over. I think his examples for in police stations. I don't think that's where I'd want to see it used. I'd expect to see it used in just normal stuff, like let's say you're in a car, you get in the one door or something. You then do /switch seats to get to the other place, or let's say someone wants to take control to get in, you switch seats to the other seat just instead of getting out and running over. Sort of adds that atmosphere to it, I think. Does because you do switch seats in real life, not that often and stuff. Also adds more role play because you could role play that one of your doors that's locked on your vehicle, but stuck lock, or you have to go through the boot. Don't suggest role playing going through the boot because then you'd not be in trouble as long as you don't car surf while it's driving. Next title is add armor in /lost items. What's that? There's lost items. So basically, lost items is if you die, and it shows what you lost. And someone suggested adding it, so if you get killed, for no reason, you can get your armor back. That's a good idea. I think that should. Why isn't that in there anyway? It's an item you lose when you die. It's like, I'm assuming your guns, and your drugs, your clothing items. Why doesn't not your armor? Because that's important. That's a part of it. So that's just a common sense. I'm surprised that's not there anyway. Installment payments. What's this? Suggestion titles, installment payments. I hope you add this option when purchasing a vehicle. You can do an installment plan which adds interest. Now, if scamming by loans and stuff wasn't illegal, I would love to do this because it would add to the role play. I've been wanting to do this for years, where you could just people pay installments for their vehicles. If they don't pay, you repo, etc., etc. But on Lsrp, it doesn't work because of the rules on it. And I'm pretty sure the court system's crap on this game, on Lsrp. They've added it, but I've just seems crap. I think this would be a great idea, and I fully support. But it should automatically come out every paycheck. Like it goes into the paycheck system. Like you get your taxes and all, and then it goes loan installment, loan installment, loan installment. You set a agreed amount, and then it pays off. Someone asked, why does this need to be added? Wow, so no one's giving them support. I'm going to reply to that at some point, not now though, because that makes sense. It needs to be added. I probably just went, why does it need to be added? Because some people can't afford it, they want to pay installments. When I'm buying vehicles, sometimes I need a bit more time to pay it because I ain't got the money that second. So that would be so useful for people like me selling cars. Or me selling cars, it would add the atmosphere. In real life, most people get car loans. They don't buy a car straight out, they get it on finance. Who goes and buys a new car just out straight out? It would add that realism, I think, and let people who don't have millions on the server yet play. Add the realism. I think that should be added, but it won't be, sadly, which upsets me, but I'm saying the truth. Why would Lsrp add that? Create contract. What's this? Let's create contract by Carly Woes. Oh, Now, I don't see the logic in this contract system. I can't remember what spells that name on Lsrp. But it'd be useful. It'd make it so much easier when I've been making my contracts instead of having to rely on farms, because after like stupid amount of farm cases from Lsrp contracts, they stopped replying. Admins did for me and Matt already, which lost us a few million. You know, this contract system would work nicely, I think. It's very suggested that you do /create contract. It says the ID, name, the amount on the contract, daily, weekly, monthly, number of payments, and then I think what it would do though is it automatically come out. So you go work for a club. Let's say they open every Friday. You set the contract that they'll work. If they don't turn up, the contract ends. They don't get paid. You terminate the contract before the payment comes out. At the time the club always closes. There you are. Or let's say someone buys a vehicle. You create a contract that they pay this amount in number of payments, and this happens and how much they pay in this amount of time. This would work like the finance system that the guy was on about in a minute. That would probably be the best way of doing it though, with sorting other issues. Right, now I'm going to leave suggestions here. So as you see, we saw some bricks and how that works. I hadn't really done that on SCP before, so that was interesting. But thank you for watching. And yeah, take care.